Illini disgusts me so much right now. I forgot to even do a video about this game. So we'll start with Wisconsin, then go on to Duke. So against Wisconsin, 33% from the three-point line, 10 out of 30. Wisconsin, 41%, 10 out of 24. Free throw shooting, 12 out of 14, 85%. Then 17 out of 22, 77%. They got out rebounded by 9, 17 assists to 13, and then, of course, 14 turnovers for Illinois and 10 for them, and then 13 points off turnovers for both teams. And then points in the paint, 48 to 28. My gosh, 21-point lead for Wisconsin. My gosh. And then let's see who had a career high for Wisconsin, right? Ben, 4 out of 11 from the floor, 13 points. Jake had 6. KJ, horrible game, 6 points. Trey White, 7. Boswell, 7. Will Riley had 11. Big Tom had 7. And Gibbs had a career high, 17 points. Then, of course, Steven had 20. John, probably a career high, 31. Pretty typical for Illinois. So Illinois got blown out, especially in the second half. And Illinois is just, they're done. This season's over. They're not going to rally and come back from these losses. Look at this right here. Ever since the USC game, they've only won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. 5 wins and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 losses. This Duke game was, as the man says, a glorified practice. No contest. This is the most embarrassing loss that I can remember. National TV. These numbers are the worst you'll ever see. 37% from the floor, 7% from 3, 67% from the free throw line. You wouldn't even beat a bad team with numbers like that. They got rebounded by 14. Look at the assist, 28 to 10. Turnovers, 6 to 9. 20 points off turnovers. Like I say, you play a good team and you commit all those turnovers and you give up 20 extra free points to a good team, it leads to 110 to 67. Points in the paint, 52 to 40. Biggest lead, 45. Illinois was down 45. That tells me that this team is finished. And I've got some breaking news for you guys. The team you see right here will not be the team you see next season. Mark my words. The majority of the people on this team will not be here next year. I guarantee it. So Ben tonight, in 22 minutes, 0 points. Big Tom, 32 minutes, 10. KJ, 32 minutes, 14. Trey White, 25 minutes, 16. 6 out of 9. He should have shot the ball more. Boswell had 12 points in 27 minutes. Coming off the bench, Will Riley had 7 points in 22 minutes. Gibbs had 8 points in 17 minutes. And Big Tom with 3 turnovers, KJ with 2. KJ had 6 assists to lead the team. And this is one of those games where it's national TV. You got absolutely embarrassed. There's no coming back from this. Duke could have played their bench, and this would have been a much competitive game. Illinois still probably would have lost. That's where we're at with this. So this is what it looks like when you have a team of All-Americans, high school All-Americans, versus a team of no high school All-Americans. And we see the difference. Now, there's no way you could spin this. There's no way you could say that, Illinois is going to bounce back. They just had players that were sick. They're coming back. Players were hurt. They're coming back. There's just no way you can spin this into a positive. There's no way you could spin this into saying that the future looks bright for Illinois in the tournament. The way I see it, Illinois should go into the NIT. They have a way better chance of making it deep in the NIT than they do the NCAA tournament. They will lose very quickly. This team is weak. This team is weak. They're not going anywhere in the tournament. The only way they'll win a game in the tournament is if these players decide to do something special. If KJ becomes special again, if Ben can hit some threes, if Will Riley can have some games that are special, if Boswell, White, and Gibbs can have games that are special, Big Tom, that's asking a lot. It's not going to happen. So this season is over. There's no hope. In the way I see this playing out, we're going to win against Iowa, I hope. We're going to lose at Michigan. We're going to lose at home to Purdue. And then in the Big Ten tournament, we're not going to win that. So don't have any delusions of that. So we'll lose early in the Big Ten tournament. Brad Underwood will cope as best as he can, but there's no amount of coping. If I'm Brad Underwood, I just say to my team, you guys have proved to me that you're not going to be winning a national championship this year. With that said, I know most of you will be leaving the program. So with that said, let's just settle this right now. If you plan on leaving the program, let me know now. For those who want to stay, I want to play those players, see what I have in those players. And if you're just going to leave, why even let you play? Unless we absolutely have to. But Brad Underwood has lost the locker room. The players have lost anything they had with each other. And mark my words, this roster will be dramatically different next season. I promise you. Out of all these players, there's not one player on this team that I can tell you with confidence they're coming back to Illinois. Not one. I think if Gibbs believes that he will get a lot of playing time, I think he may stay. Same thing with Boswell. But I think Trey White, KJ, Big Tom, Will Riley, Kerry Booth, Jake Davis, I think they're gone for sure. So next season, you can expect a completely different roster. And if that roster is not filled with high school All-Americans, then we'll just see what we get. But it sure helps. It sure does help. All right, let me know your thoughts in the comments. And I'm looking forward to the football season for Illinois. I think this season's over with. And this team is trash, garbage. And it's a shame. So let me know what you guys think.